Hello everyone, this is Alakazam. Welcome back to a game about feeding a black hole created by Aramus and Thornity. The link will be in the description below to take you to their Steam page. Let's begin. On the last episode we completed normal mode, had a pretty good time with that. Today we're going to jump into quick play mode, see what that has to offer. A fun and quick mode that will take around 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, sure. As with the normal campaign, I would imagine, this is going to start out very slow, but then quickly get crazy. We'll just continue for now. The reception to the first video was much better than I expected. I never know what to expect when I upload anything, but I was really taken aback by how enthusiastic people seem to be about it. It was pretty cool to see. So I thank you. Increase the breaker damage and the number of asteroids. I see the upgrade tree is a bit more diverse starting out. Got to increase the size of the clicker. Let's see, breaker radius. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The breaker radius. But yeah, this is just a fun, chill game to kind of just relax to. A fun little incremental game. Allows me to just kind of talk about whatever. So let's start doing that. We just hit 530 subs on the channel, so doing pretty good at the start of the new year. Pretty happy with that. Not sure where we're gonna land by the end of the year. We'll see. Of course, the goal for most YouTubers in my position would be to get 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours, but aside from that, I don't really have any specific goal in mind. Just taking this one day at a time, one video at a time. And having a pretty good time for the most part. Occasionally we'll play a game that, well, just flat out sucks. But fortunately, those are few and far between. This certainly is not one of them. Now, I enjoy this. I would not make another video on it if I actually hated the game, trust me. There are a number of games that I just don't finish on this channel. I try to finish everything, but I mean, sometimes it's just not realistic. Or it just isn't engaging enough for me to care about it. I'm not going to name any names, but yeah. That's just how it goes sometimes. I like the music in this. It's not just the same thing playing the entire time. I'm always open to game suggestions if you guys ever have anything that you want to see me check out. I can't promise that I will, and if I do check it out, I cannot promise I'll finish it. It just kind of depends on what it is and how interesting I find it to be, honestly, just to be 100% real with you. If it ends up being a stinker or whatever, well, hey, I'll give it the old college try. That is for sure. But everyone has their limits. What are we looking at here? Hello, Comet. Oh, I just remembered. So at the end of the last episode, I started talking about the Kakarot playthrough, and I don't know how many people that are sub to the channel even still care about that. That was so long ago now. But I was going somewhere with that line of babbling. I'm trying to remember where I was going with it. Oh yeah, I think I was going to talk about the DLC. So I bought the Ultimate Edition, or whatever it's called. I think it's the Ultimate Edition, when I initially, bought the game. And I completed the main campaign, right? Defeated Kid Boo with the Spirit Bomb and all that good stuff. A lot of side quests I found that I kind of skipped out on. Didn't realize it at the time. I was mainly focused on the main campaign, because that's a long game. At least in comparison to what we usually do here. I think it was like 58 episodes altogether. I think. Something like that. But yeah, I tried playing the Battle of Gods DLC, and I'm sorry, but I just found it to be so boring. And I was severely underleveled. And I know that you can train with Whis to level up quicker, but I kind of just found myself not caring. I recorded a whole episode of it. I think it was a good 40 minutes, give or take, but I just thought, man, if I didn't find this interesting, I don't think anyone else is going to. So I'm just sitting on it. It's just in my files. Maybe forever. I always meant to go back to it, to maybe explore some of the other DLCs, but I don't know. I feel like the channel has just moved in a bit of a different direction, and I'm always I'm always open, I should say, to doing new stuff, trying new things, but I know the algorithm doesn't really like that, and I hate to do something and then it just completely screws up the channel. It's such a volatile thing. It's a real shame that that's the way it is. But in my experience, that's pretty much how it seems to go. I'll play a few Backrooms games, some liminal space games, some liminal exploration stuff, and that'll do well. And then I'll play that Pokemon demo, Legends Mew, and it'll do okay, especially considering it's not what we usually do here. But then the following videos just completely tank. It's like the algorithm just gets confused. And I hate the idea of having to appease the algorithm instead of just doing what I want. But what I want to do ultimately is eventually get monetized. I would like to do that, Like, instead of just spinning my wheels aimlessly doing whatever. It just gets irritating sometimes. And ultimately, what I like to do is talk. Provide commentary and just kind of let things go for a while. And it's a real stream of consciousness thing, that I try and go for. Just whatever pops into my head. Whether it has something to do with the game or not. Anyway, I'm not sure where I was going with that, but I'm just talking. In the YouTube Studio app, obviously, you can see what videos get watched and when and all that good stuff. And every now and then I'll just see a huge streak of videos, like someone's just watching them all from the same playlist or something. Always put some joy in my heart seeing that. I just hope that whatever it is they're watching, they're actually watching and not just like leaving a playlist going on in the background, or they just set their iPad down and just walk away. That's That's not what I want. Obviously, you know, those are, you know, watch hours are watch hours, but I want people to actually watch my stuff and enjoy it. Hopefully they're either, you know, they're watching because they like me, or they like the games I'm playing, or some combination. That's what I hope. The state of play was yesterday night. I didn't actually watch any of the state of play. I was watching something else, but I did watch the Silent Hill transmission that was like 15 minutes after it. Looks pretty cool. Townfall looks really cool. Interesting that's going to be the first all first-person perspective experience for the Silent Hill franchise. I don't know if I'll play it on the channel at launch, but maybe once it goes on sale or something. I'll check it out. I've yet to play one on the channel. I've been thinking about it. I've watched a few YouTubers here and there. Mostly John Wolfe. Some of you may know him as Harshly Critical, but he rebranded several years ago, and really enjoy his content. Right now he's doing the, what did he call it? The RE February extravaganza, where he's playing a bunch of Resident Evil games leading up to Requiem, which also looks amazing, I must say. I've never played a Resident Evil game. Of course, I've watched a lot of people play them. I grew up on late 2000s, early 2010s YouTube. So I've watched several people play several games, and several games inspired by those games, and they've always looked like a lot of fun. Maybe. If you guys have any interest in me playing those, let me know. I'm open to any of them, really. Not just the new ones. In terms of the Resident Evil franchise, I know that Capcom loves putting those games on sale. So maybe I'll check them out. But yeah, back to Townfall. Looks really cool. I love the enemy designs in those games. And this one's no exception. I'll be interested to see what the actual story is. And why the main character, whose name I already forgot. Did they even mention what his name was? I think they did. I'm pretty sure they did. But why he has like an IV sticking out of his arm. My theory is that he killed himself, because we see a gun in a box, right? Or rather, maybe he attempted to, and in the trailer he wakes up in the water on the outskirts of town. And we know that Silent Hill is all about guilt and either being consumed by it or overcoming it, depending on which game we're talking about. So maybe he, he was feeling low, or maybe the lady that is speaking to, that sounds like maybe that's his wife or his significant other of some kind. Maybe she passed away and he just couldn't take it. Who knows? But I'll be interested to see what the actual story is with all that. If any of you follow Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, they're currently in their 11th anniversary celebration, but you would not know it. because they are hurting for content. Not a whole lot of interesting and substantial content has been released thus far, unfortunately, and it's not just my opinion. A lot of people seem to feel the same way. I wish it weren't the case. The 10th anniversary was amazing, and I feel like maybe that set maybe too high of a bar. I'm not quite sure what's going on with it. I don't know why they waited so long to release these Daima units. I enjoyed Daima for the most part. The pacing was terrible, but those last few episodes were amazing. Really excited that Dragon Ball's coming back. Super is getting the remake. The Moro arc's going to be animated. Pretty cool. I don't play Legends very often. I just reinstall the app every now and then when something cool happens, or I see on social media that there's Chrono Crystal in the gift box or whatever. And they introduced a new Legend rarity, Super Vegito, yesterday after being in maintenance for like 36 hours. And I logged in, grabbed the compensation Chrono Crystal from the long maintenance, pulled both Vegito and the new Super Saiyan Blues in the first multi, same multi, and that was it. That was that. It's crazy. A game I don't even really play. I managed to pull off what people were probably spending hundreds of dollars, if not thousands, to do. And not to brag, it's just, it's crazy to me, because I got totally shafted on Dokkan. Part 1 with Adult Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Daima Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. I didn't pull either of them. In like 3,000 stones. And most of those were saved. I didn't summon on much of anything for several months. Typically, here and there I'll maybe buy some summon tickets so that I don't use the stones, right? And I got really lucky throughout the year. Throughout the 10th anniversary year, I pulled I pulled Kid Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku, and I pulled Goma, and I believe I got Cell Perfect Form, all from tickets. Didn't spend a single stone, so that was pretty cool. But I guess that ate my luck up because, like I said, 3,000 stones and no new units. Well, I did pull one copy of Majin Buu, which is cool, I guess. But enough about that. I would imagine most of you probably don't even know what I'm talking about, let alone play the game. Everyone just clicking off en masse. This guy just talks about Dokkan Battle. Ah, well, we gotta talk about something. I've got nothing against the no commentary channels. I watch many of them, but this is not that. I've got my own way of doing things. Now, whether or not they actually appeal to people, well, that's a whole nother story. I like going back and watching my old videos. I can always tell by the tone of my voice how the video's going and if I actually liked what I was doing. Or hearing me talk about just random stuff and just kind of remembering where I was at that point in my life. One of my favorites to go back to is How to Build a Snowman by Sir Tartarus. That's a good one. I really liked the voice that I gave. I know the name of the bad guy, but I can never remember how to pronounce it. All the Snow? Yeah, it's like basically like all the snow, but it's like smushed together. All that snow. All that snow? Something like that. Anyway, I had a really good time voicing that guy. I was recovering from a pretty bad sickness. In fact, I think I might have had COVID. Yeah, I think I did. Or some, you know, some strain of it. Who knows what it was. COVID 27, or whatever it is we're up to now. I can't believe my voice was able to hold out, because that was a sizable chunk of dialogue, for sure. I enjoyed it. I really hope there's going to be a sequel to that someday. Or maybe we play as the son. I think his name's Toby. Pretty sure. Yeah, Toby sounds right. Going up against all Phasno. Or however you pronounce it. So we've been at this for a good 24 minutes now. It said it was about a 20 to 30 minute playthrough. I am wondering what the end goal is here. I'll have to actually look at the end screen here in just a second. Okay. So are we going for 5 out of 5? Is that what we're looking for here? Yeah, let's increase that breaker radius. Really get this party started. There we go. I don't remember when exactly I recorded the first episode of this, or if I mentioned it, but Iron Lung by Markiplier came out. It was about 2 weeks ago now. And man, that was good. I knew it was going to be good because it's Markiplier, so I knew to expect greatness. But man, it was really, really good. It's made like 40 million bucks. Had a budget of 3 million and they spent damn near nothing on marketing. I think most of the marketing was just Markiplier doing live streams and talking it up for like 3 years, right? Something like that. He did a great job because people showed up for him. And not that I take anything that Rotten Tomatoes does, like, seriously. But I think it started out with like a 33% and now it's up to like a 61%, so that's cool. He's winning over the critics for whatever that's worth. I don't know if it really means anything to him, but it's quite the feat. I feel like you don't usually see that. Typically, if a movie has a rotten review or semi-rotten or whatever their scale is, usually it doesn't get much better than that. The audience score could, you know, fluctuate wildly, but I feel like usually whatever score the critics give, it usually kind of hovers around that. So to see it increase so much is pretty cool. I look forward to whatever it is he does next with him and his crew. I'm sure it's going to be magnificent, whatever it is. I've seen some people suggest that he do a movie adaptation of Squirrel Stapler. I don't know how well that would translate to, you know, the big screen. I don't know. I don't remember a whole lot about that game, but I feel like I was really weirded out by the whole stapling dead squirrels to your dead wife's corpse thing. I know it's supposed to be kind of like a goofy game. I don't know. I'm not too sure how that would work. If it would work at all. I feel like that's more of like a little maybe 15-minute experience, direct to YouTube kind of thing. And that could maybe work, you know, you just kind of make whatever you want without any restrictions, having to deal with any kind of a rating system. Yeah, Iron Lung was definitely like R rated, right? I don't know about hard R, but it was definitely a bit much for a PG-13 rating, that is for sure. And I'm glad that they went all in on it. I'm sure it's got to suck for people that are, you know, trying to create a vision, but they're held to the restrictions of like a PG-13 rating. Like, I'm real curious what they're going to do with the new Spider-Man movie, because the Punisher's supposed to be in it, and he's a incredibly violent individual, which I love about him. Big fan of Frank Castle. But I do wonder what they're going to do with that. It's not so much even like the language, it's the violence. He's shooting people, slicing people's throats, breaking arms, breaking legs, crushing skulls. Just doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Taking a ridiculous amount of punishment himself. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's going to be more of a focus on Spider-Man and Frank's just going to kind of like be around. Which, that would kind of disappoint me, but I guess we'll see. Marvel has disappointed me for like 7 years now. Outside of No Way Home and the third Deadpool movie with Deadpool and Wolverine, which was mostly Fox, really, from what I understand, I guess. I don't know. The magic's kind of been lost. I like Shang-Chi, but don't know if that's ever gotten a sequel. It's been how many years now? When did that come out? Like 2021, I think. I thought that was really cool, and I don't think he's even shown up as like a cameo or anything. I really actually did like the Thunderbolts, now that I think about it. Didn't get to see it in theaters. I don't remember why, but just never made my way. But yeah, I thought it was really good. I was pleasantly surprised. I went into it knowing basically nothing about it. I don't think I even watched the trailers. Honestly, anymore, I prefer to just not watch movie trailers because I feel like they spoil so much. They reveal way too much, especially Marvel films. It really annoys me. We are really racking up the dough. I sense that we are probably getting close to the end of this with the way this is going. Oh yeah, that's satisfying. I like that. That's good stuff. So I started this low-carb diet of sorts. I don't even know if I'd really call it a diet, so to speak. Just more of a lifestyle change. You know? I'm getting older and gotta kind of be mindful of what I'm doing. I gotta say, it's really not too bad. I use a little app to track what I'm doing to keep me honest. And it's been helping. It's been good stuff. It's amazing what you can still eat while trying to stay light on carbs. I'm not avoiding them, just trying to take it easy on them. Just trying to eat less in general, I suppose. Being a bit more mindful, as I said. But it's been good. I've been at it for like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks now, I guess as of this recording. By the time this actually goes up, it'll be about a month since I started. Yeah, it was like late January. But yeah, my doctor was like, that A1C is looking a little crazy there. For anyone that's diabetic, it was a 6.4, which is borderline, as I'm sure you know. So I'm trying to avoid that. Unfortunately, it runs in my family, so kind of have that going against me. But most of the people in my family that have had it or have it currently didn't take the necessary steps in their 30s to avoid it, like they probably should have. So since I am doing that, and no shade to them, but, you know, they just didn't know that that's what was happening until, you know, they were like in their 50s, 60s, whatever, right? Now that I am doing it, hopefully I'll be able to avoid that. Live a long and healthy life and keep on playing games for you guys until AI replaces me, which hopefully never happens. But I guess we'll see. Oh, okay. Hey, I think we're done. A game about feeding a black hole by Aramus and Thornity. Andy and Corey, fantastic game you guys have. I know that you know that, but I gotta say it again. Fantastic game. Absolutely love it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know I had a good time. If you're liking what you're seeing, please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content just like this. The link will be in the description below if you want to try it out for yourselves. This has been Alakazam. I hope you have a great rest of your day.